Welcome to the chat today. It's going to be a very interesting chat. If you notice, I've actually got on here earlier. It is a Saturday, which means that most people are relaxing today. Many of the residents don't get up on Saturdays. You see who does, which is at a shock. And I have prepared quite a few things to show. I will say I've actually been to 2 activities today, the 2 that we had. One was exercising real early this morning. It was a lot of fun. I figure out where that went. I'm working on setting up our first art exhibit. So I, like I said, came down this morning after breakfast, and we had our little exercise for the day. It's about 15 to 20 minutes, just basically some basic stretches, and get people more motivated for the day. And you know what I forgot? I forgot the drinks of the day. Today there are 2, not sponsored. Lipton Zero Sugar Iced Tea Peach. Come on, Lipton, why aren't you sponsoring me? Hashtag Lipton sponsor her. Hashtag Art Abandonment. Hashtag Lipton Tea. Eventually we'll get them to sponsor us, guys. Next, I also, not sponsored, but come on, Diet Coke. Remember, we've talked about this, but now look what they do. On the back, it actually has it. So your hand fits perfectly where you can cover up the label and see across the way it's a Diet Coke. Reads across the finger. Look at that. Is that not? No, it doesn't. They still got it off label. I guess if you're sitting over there, you know I'm drinking a Diet Coke. And if you're sitting over there, you know I'm drinking a Diet Coke. But they're just expecting you to go by silver and red. That's insane. So back to what I was saying. So we did the first art and craft this morning. It was a lot of fun. When we did the first activity, there was a few of us came in. We did some stretches, some leg stretches, over our arms, stretching our hands, some marches in place, some twists, and just all kinds of things like that to get our bodies prepared for the day. And then the reason I'm in here early is because our craft this morning ended early, and we had craft at 2:30, and we took kites in these pieces of paper and tissue paper that were cut up in these designs and shapes, and placed them and decorated our kite. So everybody had the same stuff, but everyone... Oh no, what's going on with Okie? So I know I have a hard time wearing hats now. I gotta figure out how to pull this off better. Somebody's gonna have to tell me. But I am sporting the Transylvania University ball cap today and shouting out Transylvania Women's Lacrosse. My niece is paying this afternoon, so I thought I have to put on a Transy outfit, and it's the Transylvania University Pioneers Women's Lacrosse team. So they're doing this afternoon, and so I didn't get to watch the game. I was hoping to get to go home, but they're going to pick me up tomorrow. There's some paperwork that we need to fill out for me to get into the apartments, and also to finish the estate with my mom. My dad only has a certain amount of days, and he's having trouble with it, and so he needs me to help with the estate papers, which is going to be hard. The 22nd, I have a very important appointment. On the 22nd, oops, as we drop something. On the 22nd, I actually go in to one of the apartments that I'm really... No.
Yeah, you put it on something else?
I'm not even listening to it. I'm talking to some friends of mine.
Oh, okay.
So, no, this is crazy. He keeps running away. So anyhow, what we did, you're gonna have to tell Hokey enough. He has to stay in and no more running. So anyhow, the craft was kind of cool and everyone was involved and it really was cool. And I was talking about some of the art that I've been working on and stuff that I was doing for my bathroom. And I got all the pieces except the mobile ready, so I thought I would come in here and show them to you. But for starters, I got the rocks finished, so I'll show you the rocks. This is what they look like. They're my Easter rocks. Instead of Easter eggs, I'm doing Easter rocks. What do you think about that? I thought Easter rocks would turn out really well. I am going to try those first 4 that I showed. I'm going to try magnets to see if they'll work. Probably will just leave them as rocks. Some of these are very light, some are very heavy. There's like a Pikachu. There's a little... Hi! Welcome. Showing off some of the artwork that I've been doing. Look at that little panda. And I got the fox.
So the nurses are supposed to show you how to wear pull-ups. Okay, let's go here to the nurses station. Oh, I got a pull-up.
So this is some of those artwork, some of those rocks, and then you'll love these. Wait until you see what I'm doing. I've got the 4 canvases done. Started with 2 on shelves, now I'm on 4. And I've got some mermaid homes ready. But here, let me show you this. Isn't this cute? It actually says Hoppy. So I've got 2 of those for Halloween, for my Easter. And 2 little, and they do look like little Easter eggs with different animals on them. And these are cabochons, so they're single. I thought it was this is not a Pikachu, but it's supposed to be a Pikachu. So, like I said, I'm going to try to do magnets with these. I had several of the nurse CNAs before they even got finished, had picked out theirs. And they usually, I have one CNA, I think she has at least 1 of each thing. Oh no, that's fine. I understand that. There are days that I just can't do it. I tried to do a couple last week, and it was too much in here, and I just kind of went down. I was like, I can't go live, and so I understand everybody works and does different things. I just wasn't able to go live myself because of what was going on here. It got real crazy, so I just kind of put it to the side and I said, I'll do a live stream when it's not as much. Today, it's nice and quiet, and I'm probably going to get about an hour and a half live stream today. I understand if you have to go and get hokey, no problem. I know you'll watch and you'll like and you'll share, so it's a great encouragement what's been going on. The other day I had several people that came on in the middle of a night stream, and I had to shut it down because I had too much going on. I tried to do it in my room, so I had to shut it down. Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we understand. We say hi to you. What we're going to be doing is, I've showed you those. Well, now we know what I'm going to have to send you to abandon. We got a little bag of rocks. You can pick the ones you want. This ain't that heavy. I've seen heavy things like this. Think if we put it in like once I take out the 4 that I've got, we can put this in one of those just priority mailboxes, like the smallest envelope, and send it. Thanks, Kenneth. So there you go. You have to give me your address, and this will be your abandonment. I'm trying to get, what I'm going to do, you'll have these in time for Easter. What I'm going to do is, I have some things coming up that happened because of the car, and I'm going to be able to get my gimbal and some business cards with the new information on it. And when I get that, I'll fill out the forms. I'll send these. Then you can decide if you want to put your information, like even if it's a little piece of paper with whatever information you want. And then I'll let you do some abandoning, because I know that's something you've been wanting to do. Let me know if that works, and send me your address, and we'll make the Easter collection yours. Easy abandonment. So these, I don't know if you've seen them in the past. Oh, I understand totally. Oh, I know. I tell you what, I was never going to show myself. And it was a year after I died. I went on life support. And I said, you know, what the heck? I'll try this going live, see what happens. I'll show my face. Most people that's going to find my art abandonment is never going to see me. They're never going to see me. They're never going to know the piece. So it really doesn't hurt. But I got some other pieces to show you. Have you seen these pores? Now, Foxy Wolf, you might recognize what these are. They open up like this. I'll let you see if you can tell me what these are. Yes, that's what we'll work on. We'll get them there. I'll just need the address. Can you tell what these are? And then, I have this one piece that I'm just fighting over here. It doesn't. Everything else wants to glue, and I have one piece that doesn't. And I have 2 pieces that don't. On a separate one. Okay, so see? These are really cool. They make nice ring boxes. Got a couple more in here. The paint I used on these was the I found some poor paint that had glitter, and I can't remember what I used, but it had glitter mixed in it, and I made dirty pours. And then put these, some of them are mosaics. Let's see if you can see it better. See the mosaic here? And then some of them are like these iridescent jewels. They look like rocks and stuff. There's different ones. Here's some just flat gems. some scaly ones that had a little bit of scale to them. Some that have like a rose cut on them. So did you guess what these were before I got to them? And did I miss if you knew what those are before I got to them? Are you ready to know what they are? So here it is. These are blood pressure cup holders for the little arm blood pressure cups. And this is what I do. This is my upcycled art because it turned out pretty cool. I mean, from a blood pressure cup to a nice little box that you can store. You could store a blood pressure cup in this if you were working at a hospital or something, or a doctor's office, or even the nursing home. You could have the coolest jewel box, or a nice decorative box to put jewelry in, or other items. So that's that. So blood pressure cups. Then I've got, like I said, I got all kinds of things. It's kind of funny having that hat on. I haven't had a hat on for almost 6 months because my hair got long, got curled. And I was like, Transylvania, go Pioneers. I don't know if you know much about lacrosse and the teams and stuff. It's funny. 1A schools are not that big into lacrosse. I think it's 2A is where the big lacrosse competitions are. And so, and a lot more of the private schools do the lacrosse, and there are colleges that are also do clubs. Oh, I would love to do the geocache. I've done it. I've actually put some pieces in geocache. I don't know how much that's still going on, but I've had done some things at the geocaches, and I'm a big history buff, and I love. I've done an extensive family tree on my family. And not only did I explore my family tree, where my family tree was, I checked out some things around it. And I have part of my family comes from Prussia. And there's a European Orthodox ministers. And back in, it was either 1660 or 1678. Thinking 60. 78 was something else. But one of my ancestors was killed, and it started a clan war that lasted several years. Like a clan, like the Hatfields and McCoy kind of thing. So it's kind of a different thing. And it happened over in Prussia. History is so cool. You never know. You can find out so much about history and what things are, if you find your family, you can find out things like it was because we were able to trace my family to then, well, we knew we were Cherokee. And we did know that we went in that we had family that were in the east, and we had family in the west. And we had family that stopped in Kentucky, and a lot of people don't know it, but there was a lot of people that would break off on the trail, and they couldn't keep them all in there. They tried and they couldn't. So doing all that research, years later, I was going through some stuff, and I kept seeing this thing about this island in Knoxville. And that island is a location where they would do fur trading in the beginning, and then it became a place where they would actually some of the tribe actually were there during the removal. And the name of the island is Bustle Island, named after the owners of that land. So it is kind of cool to go back and be like, that's my family, that's the land. There's the trace we've always wanted. So it was a kind of cool experience. There's a lot of things you can find. So it would be cool if some geocaching was done with them. I think, let me take a couple of drinks. I'm kind of tired. Do I sound better now? Do I sound clearer? I'm not projecting good. I'm in the room I'm in. I don't want to make a lot of noise. One of the reasons I drink so much is I do have some damage that happened with the tube, and so I have to keep my voice moist to talk. So there's always drinks wherever I go. So, yeah, Historical Society, that's kind of cool. It is amazing how much the family history you can get from different. The best place to find family history is with historical societies. Oh no, I'm not really. When I say I'm tired, I'm not really tired. I'm just having one of those days where it's raining. And whenever you rain, just everything goes down. So, but I'm actually I'm just feeling down. Not really tired, just down. And I think talking with you guys helps me get over that. But if I don't sound well enough to be on here, I don't need to do it either. So hopefully the drinks helped get my voice lubricated again. As I said, this is going to be the Down Under the Sea video. I was going to show you a couple of things. You might have seen these around Christmas. These are the first. Oh yeah. I got so many facts about my family, but my great-great-grandfather fought for the North, but he was a spy for the North. And in Kentucky, you know how it is. One way or the other, you're going north, going south. Families divided. So my grandfather was captured at the Battle of Chattanooga, trying to get back over the line to the north. and he was held in Chattanooga for the rest of the war. He was encamped there in Chattanooga for the rest of the war, and he got out and just never talked about it. So how we found this out, if you fought for the North, not under in an actual, not regiment, not one of the, like, not the Kentucky Guard or anything like that, but like U.S. regiment, you have a history that is on file, and they do the best they can. And his whole bio and everything he did is, we got it in the national records for military personnel. We were able to do that for my grandfather. And in fact, I think it's 4 greats, or 5 greats back. So one of my ancestors fought in the Battle of the Potomac, and crossed over at the same time Washington did. We have all of his records. He fought for 2 years, and we have everything. All the little, well, not 2 years, he was in the military 2 years. And he wasn't with, like, well, he was an actual regiment of the United States. And we have all these records of his and his accommodations. He was a private. And they got him in the records crossing the Potomac. So if you ever are doing family history and you have anyone that's in the military, try to get those records. If you want to do any family history and you're not just interested in who my grandparents were or what my great-grandparents were, you're more interested in the history of history, then that's something that I encourage you to do, is look at the military records. Because of that, we were able to make a connection that we've been hunting for like 10 years. And it was through finding the military history. So I should do a channel just on how to do a family tree, because I worked very hard and got lots of information to do a family tree. So I'm going to show you the first 2 pieces that are going in my bathroom. Here's the first one. These are little mermaid houses. And I think they say it enough. Isn't that cute? These were done with a brush technique. It wasn't... Oh, that is awesome. Thank you. That is cool. Not what we've learned quite a bit. What we found out over time is my great grandfather I can't even tell you how many greats back, but they came across, and as they were coming across, oh wow, yeah, we know some, but we don't know it all. It's hard with the tribe for us, because we know that about the uncles that were in Oklahoma. We know the family that was in Oklahoma. We know family that went and stayed with these great uncles. Well, they would be my great uncles. They stayed with them. And we know that great uncles that lived on Tahlequah, and one lived near the city proper, and one lived out of the area about 20 miles outside of the city proper. And there were family that's mothers had died, and the fathers sent them out there until they were old enough, and some came back and some did not. Some stayed in Oklahoma. Then we have some family that stayed in Cherokee, but they were like more up in the upper northern northern part of Carolinas. So they were far enough out that they were forced out, and they ended up gravitating back down into to that area where the reservation is later on. But they weren't right on the reservation when things happened. So I don't know if that makes sense. That's the history we have. We do have history of the island. The numbers got closed, and I think they're just now opening back up in Oklahoma. That's what somebody told me, and I'm hoping that they are. I'd like to pursue my mom's long dream of getting the numbers. That was a big deal, and we just couldn't do it. We had the proof. We had the trees, ancestry, everything. And at the time, the tribe wasn't allowing numbers. Yeah, we do too. Do you have your number? I mean, that is something that we tried to get, and we couldn't. Now in North Carolina, they actually have people that will assist you in your ancestry hunt. I saw that the last time I was in Cherokee. Thought that was fascinating. Then my great-grandmother on my dad's side was Bull Creek. They were from Mississippi, Louisiana, that part, and migrated up, and many went west. They kept coming north because of things that we don't want to talk about in our family or in history in general, but you can imagine. And the family settled there, and she's Creek. About, for that length of time. That's so, I tell everyone I'm Cherokee. I've lived that way for years. I wish I could say that I'm fully Cherokee, but I know I'm Cherokee and Creek. I also know that I have Jewish ancestry, and that's kind of weird to have too, especially when you know your Jewish ancestry came from Germany. And my last name is a German name that was used right. There's a small enclave in western Germany that is, where my family is from, and there's a lot of our families that are still there. And when my dad was in the military, he actually went to that part of Germany and talked to other people that had our last name and the Jewish ancestry. So I'm a sock puppet, but because of the mix, I stay a quarter. it was real crazy. Because of the mix between my dad and my mom and the way the ancestry breaks down. And I'm very proud to have the ancestry I do. I'm not happy with some of it, but, there's things we don't like in our closet, but we have to deal with. So, but did I show you this one? Here's the other one. These are, now this, oh wow, I have to go there. That'd be awesome. I want to know more than I know. I was listening to a podcast before I started a live stream, and it was, oh goodness gracious, I can't think of her name. I'll have to look up her name, but she was doing the devil side of Andrew Jackson, and it was really interesting. All this stuff that happened way before he was president. And as she goes, okay. What a fitting place. Well, with the Brianna, oh, I can't think of her name. Anyhow, she took and she did this deep dive in Andrew Jackson, and it was really interesting how she was talking about things and how all these things that were done well before he was ever president should have kept him from ever being president. And he was a judge, and he was this and that, and Lieutenant Cavalry, and all that stuff, and he killed people and by doing the duels wrong. It was just all kinds of stuff. It was all deep dive before the presidency, and then she's going to do one after. So I'm curious how that is. I know how I feel about Andrew Jackson. I know how you feel about Andrew Jackson. I don't know how other people feel. I'm going to show you another one here. This is the other little birdhouse thing that I did. It's the mermaid with her pets there. You can tell it's even got little wings on it if you see it from the side. It has wings. And you can kind of see this was done in a mix. I took paint and I layered it, and the top was poured. Oh, no problem, Kenneth. I know you're out there listening. Thank you for the watch time and listening. So, and this was done by a total brush technique. You can kind of see where I layered and layered and layered in paint. That's great. I'm going to go there. Now I've got a new place. There's so many places in Georgia I want to go. I want to go to the start of the trail, of the Appalachian Trail. Just say I got there. I know I can't do it, but that's where I'd like to go. I want to go Helena. I want to go visit Bone Daddy. Come visit you in Andersonville. Just do all kinds of things. Now, you've seen me a couple of pieces here. Once you see, these are heavy. I'm going to have to figure out if they'll be able to hang up on the wall. But remember me telling you that I had a fail? I had done the clay canvases, had a fail, but learned a lot. And here is the finished piece. You can see closely. These are the finished pieces with all the fishes and mermaids. This is one. And it just looks like a reef wall. That's what I was looking for. I'll show you the other one here. This is a bit lighter, I don't know why, but look at this one. A mermaid on there. Some animals, some fishes. There you go. Coral reef, beautiful shell. Now, you know me, I had 2 more canvases that have a little bit more fish material. I think other than finishing the other 2, I have 2 other pieces to fill. My bathroom is done as far as decorating. Here's this piece. This is a smaller canvas. Those are 9 by 12s. These are 5 by 7s. I know. That's where I want to go. I'm going to go to the... Thank you. Here's this one. This is me. This is me taking multiple mediums and turning it into something. So I've got a canvas, I've got clay, I've got Easter eggs, I've got fish toys. Let's see that. I'll show you the next one. Ready? This is the last one.
They don't have to have free or nothing. They don't have to have free or nothing.
Isn't that cute as a button? Now I will clear these after they dry for a few days. But I'm glad I had the fail because, yeah. So again, you've got the Easter egg, you've got these clay pieces, you've got these different kinds of animals. This is more of a rubbery one, lobster. These are harder plastic. This is my kind of artwork. I haven't really done this in a while, full piece. But I don't know if you can see this. This is a mermaid. I can't remember the name of them. I was going squeaky, something like that. This is the mermaid, and these are the different animals, and I showed those the other day. And I just think it came together really well. Now these are for my bathroom, and I had so much fun making these that I have some horses that I've got. Yeah.
I don't have anything that works.
Oh, that's okay. I got some cream. That's sweet.
You want us a little sweetener?
I got it. I got
Okay.
one. Thank you. Look at this. Some coffee. She's like, who in the world are you talking to? Isn't this awesome? I needed something. I'm fixing me up a coffee, guys, with some stevia. I wish I had some milk and something sweet, but that's okay. This makes my day. Here, give me some. We do have decaf coffee, so don't worry, I'm not going to be bouncing on the mic. But what I was going to say, I've got some horses. It needs one more sweetener to get it good and sweet. do a lot of creamer, so this is... Sorry, what I was going to say. They brought me coffee and it kind of distracted me, sorry. So I'm going to take these here and I'm going to use these in my bathroom. These animals, I think, are called squeegees, but you can kind of see how the clay pieces turned out and how it made it like real 3D off of it. And I think if it's setting on a wall, it'll just be really nice setting on, and kind of like show you what it look like on a wall. That'd be neat. Just when you walk up on it, it's got like 3 or 4 layers of things coming out at you. See that? And I will be clearing these to protect them a little bit more, but they did turn. That is what I was trying to do, and these clay pieces broke originally. So I had to come back and hand paint. I was pour painting, and the pour paint was too much. So I was able to put a coat of clear to seal it. Then I did hand painting on here. So just sharing how I do things. I've got some horses, and I'm going to take the horses, and I'm going to get a few canvases, and I'm going to make some horses for my entryway. Sorry about that. We don't get fresh coffee that often, so I was stoked. So sorry about that. I want to drink it while it's still hot. So decaffeinated coffee, the third drink. I'm gonna have third drink of the live stream. I saw that catch you back up to where I was at. Thank you so much, Foxy. Yeah, it's kind of cool to be able to do things like these. Even these are like 3D. Because you have the flat surface that has been built up in paint, and I don't know if you can tell how many layers of paint. Well, you kind of can. How many layers of paint went into doing just the boxes? Birdhouses. See the layers of paint. If you felt these, they've got a lot of texture on them, so it's kind of cool. So anyhow, that's how I kind of do things, and I have, even these are 3D because of the extra texture on it. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I kind of like doing, is the 3D artwork, and it kind of works nicely. I am gonna, with the horses though, what I plan on doing with the horses is I'm going to paint them and make a nature scene and build the clay into rocks and grass formations. So the scene will be blues and greens for the sky and the land, and then I'll build the clay out to put the horses on. And I've got, they're the briar horses, which people will be, why are you painting briar horses? They might be worth money. Well, to me, I've saved the piece and saved it and created artwork. And I bought all this off, all my pieces, all these toys, the horses, these mermaids, all that, off one buy on Facebook Marketplace for $20. One of the best buys I have done in a long time. My absolute best buy ever. I'm gonna just a side note. I use Facebook Marketplace and thrift stores, and the best Facebook Marketplace buy ever was 50 wrestlers for 20 bucks. It was out of this world. So anyhow, guys, it is getting close to lunch. Things are picking up. Sorry I've been rambling for the last 10 minutes. Just a lot of movement going on, and that always distracts. So anyhow, it was nice talking to you all. I will be back tomorrow. We'll have some more stories or artwork or something to share with you. It's awesome talking about history and my family, and hearing about your family, Foxy, has been awesome. I'd like to find out if there's some kind of thing you all want to know about living in the nursing home that you'd like to talk about. So that's always something to keep in mind, that you all can ask me that. Things have calmed back down again, so I can get back to where I was at. One of the things that's what I was going to tell you. So I was saying, the business cards. So we'll get this worked out. Hope Foxy will try and get these rocks to you, ones that are left. I think there will be 13, and you can pick the ones you want and then abandon the others. And then I'll get the cards. And I have a question. I am looking at making either water jugs with AAA on it, or hats with AAA. And I was just curious if any of that was made. Would anyone be interested in that kind of stuff? I'm also sitting down and working on the 7 books that I can do with my art. I'm really excited about doing that. I'm going to do one that's paintings, one that's like my older art, some that's like different collections. I want to do one for the art abandonment collection because it has first pieces of art that I did, and it's really exciting to show some of those old pieces out. So would you be interested in either of those? Getting the book or the shirt or hat or the water jug. I want the little water thing. I really need one, and so I'm gonna make me one of those. And it uses my AAA logo. I'm trying to think where you can find it. I think it's my icon is the AAA. I will. Let me know what you're thinking about on that. Sorry about, there's a lot of things that I remembered I was going to say. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out. You take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow. And I'll have questions and answers for you. And as always, happy abandoning.